Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, California Weather Watch. Today is March 29th, and right now we're looking at the Southern California Doppler radar. You can clearly see the frontal system moving into the Los Angeles metro. Backside of the front is about to start passing the city as we speak. Just thought I'd show you that nice Doppler representation here of that frontal system from the big low pressure center that's impacting much of the state today. Checking things out on the mid-level water vapor loop. I mean, you can't miss it. There it is, the big cinnamon roll. It's a big low pressure center. It's going to start spinning some thunderstorms into the state today, eventually down through Southern California tomorrow as well. Some dangerous lightning possible, some small hail as well. And you can see the frontal system there on the mid-level water vapor loop now just passing across the Los Angeles metro. So taking a look at this is the European on the left, the GFS on the right. This is up towards 18,000 feet. This is the current storm impacting the state. Good model agreement as always in the short term. And as we go on through the weekend and early next week, we have a system shown on both the GFS and the European, mainly central and northern California, but another round of snowfall likely for some of the higher terrain with this system. And then looks like we might remain active again next week as the European tries to drop this storm system off the coastline here. GFS keeps the trough further out over the Pacific, but it does still bring a system down across the area. But as you can see, big model disagreement here. A lot of details still need to be worked out, but it looks like another storm is possibly coming through next week for the state of California. We'll go over that day by day and iron out these details, but more on that here in a moment. This is those showers and isolated thunderstorms today. Nice graphic here from National Weather Service San Francisco out there. Could get some localized street and urban flooding with some of that heavy rain associated with some of these thunderstorms here. This is where those thunderstorms are supposed to be present. You can see San Francisco would be here. They're Stockton, Sacramento out there. But yeah, the dangerous lightning possible, localized flooding is a threat, and this activity will slide south through Southern California on through tomorrow. This is not Los Angeles National Weather Service here. You can see some snow for the higher terrain coming up here. Watch out for the dangerous lightning as you go through tomorrow. Some potential for some road and creek flooding that would include rock and mudslides out there as well. Some heavy rainfall possible. I-5 snow over the Grapevine out there, so heads up for some winter driving conditions across the higher terrain. Great graphic here from the National Weather Service Los Angeles. This day in Southern Cal weather history, check this out. San Diego with a record high of 99 set back in 1879. The previous day was 95. In 1982, an F1 tornado, San Gabriel out there. It was on the ground for 2 blocks, which is usually the case for California tornadoes. They are short-lived usually here. And look at 1998, also having a cold storm this time of year. Now looking at current hazards, you can see some winter storm warnings still in effect, should be winding down as we go through tomorrow. It does extend down through Southern California locations as well. Some winter weather advisories, some wind advisories for the desert, includes areas out towards Las Vegas, Nevada here, Arizona, Utah as well. This is the day one excessive rainfall outlook. There is the potential for some heavy rainfall. It's just in the marginal area there, but just have a heads up for it. And again, day one there. So this is day 1 through 3 overall winter storm impact. So mainly on the wind down here, but still some additional snowfall is falling across the Sierra Nevada and Southern California through today. You can still see some moderate and major impacts across the higher terrain for Southern California over this period. Now this is looking last night's European run. You can see the low pressure center bringing that strong frontal system. This would be about current here or here. And there's that low pressure center going to continue to bring some moisture back into the region. You can see the snowfall going on for the Sierra Nevada all the way into Thursday, kind of lingers on there through Thursday afternoon as well. The kind of trough just kind of remains open across the state here. And then we start to go in towards this weekend coming up here. And you can see that system start to move down across the state here as we go through this weekend. Another round of mountain snow, possibly even down towards Southern California here again. And then the potential stronger system through next week. I mean, look at this, almost another atmospheric river signature here as we go on in through Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, look at another strong frontal system here. Big mountain snows, big rainfalls possible. So let's see which model wins. There's big model disagreement, like I showed you near the beginning of this video, between the European and the GFS here. So yeah, I mean, we're not done yet here across the state of California. Keep your guard up, folks. We'll be watching this setup closely as we go through the next couple days. This is looking at the HRRR. This is mainly for today and tomorrow. You can clearly see the spin in the atmosphere and the thunderstorm activity increasing on through the day today. Some heavy showers associated, and this activity pivoting down across California as we go on into Thursday, Southern California on into Thursday. Now this is looking at lightning flash density potential here, and watch this activity pick up as we start to go through the afternoon as we destabilize across some of Central California here. Thunderstorm potential does exist, and that will pivot down across Southern California like I mentioned, as you can see here, including maybe even Las Vegas out there as well, and maybe some of the desert areas as we go through Thursday. This is looking at the HER3KM, and this shows surface-based CAPE, this kind of thunderstorm fuel here, and you can see it destabilized during the day today across some of the Central Valley and then move down across the region here as that upper level low continues its trek southeast on through the day Thursday, and you can kind of see that destabilization occur across maybe some of the desert areas in South California here and on in through Nevada. This is day one thunderstorm outlook here. This would be day two that would include some of Nevada, Utah, and Arizona and Southern California. Now, this is looking at yesterday afternoon's European run here. This is 10-to-1 ratio snowfall, and this is the continuation of the storm currently impacting the state. We go on into tomorrow. Now watch what happens here as we go through the weekend. That next system's going to start to come down out of the northwest. Now we're going on into Monday morning. Another shot of snowfall for Northern California showing up here as we go through Tuesday afternoon there. And then again, piling up across the Sierra Nevada as we go midweek with that next storm impact. Look, some big amounts again. I mean, you're talking about another few feet of snowfall potentially for the Sierra Nevada if the European is right with that next storm system coming in here next week. So we have a lot to watch here coming up, as it looks like we're going to remain active, if you can believe it, here on in through early April across the state of California. And that's the danger zone. We keep building this snowpack up as we go through April. We get closer to potential warm-ups here as we go, and there's so much water stored and there's so much flooding going on currently that it's really going to exacerbate that if we continue this. So we got to really be aware here. This is looking at North America. There's Alaska, Washington, California here. Now, if we put this into motion, this is yesterday afternoon's European. You can see that cold air associated with the storm impacting the state finally starts to get out of there by the time we go in towards this weekend. But then the next system is on its heels, another round of snowfall there, and then another reinforcing shot here would bring that storm on in through next week. So you can kind of see this abnormally cold temperature somewhere up towards 5,000 feet showing up on the European as of yesterday. So yeah, a lot to watch here coming up. This is looking at a visual diagram of what's going on above us. You can see that storm system moving across the region, about 18,000 feet, 500 millibar temperature. Now, as we go on in towards this weekend, this is the system that's going to clip the area there, and then we get that reinforcing polar lobe trying to move down the state and create another system as we go on in through later next week. So, yeah, just kind of showing you guys what's going on above us. This is snow water equivalent across the Sierra Nevada. Again, I've been talking about this for a while now. Huge amounts are up there. You can see 6 plus 7, 8 feet of water equivalent across a lot of the higher terrain there. It's just ripe for flooding if this comes down quickly. So, yeah, we got to cross our fingers here and hope for a gradual warm up. This is snow water equivalents here. We're up towards 60 inches in the 99 reporting stations here across much of the state. And, of course, we looked at this yesterday, but in case you missed it, the reservoir conditions are doing quite well. Most areas are up at or above their historical average here. And like Shasta, for example, is 81% of its reservoir capacity right now. Very nice. So, yeah. Great visualization here on the satellite imagery. What a storm. What a winter/spring here for California, and it's likely to continue here, folks. So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Oh, and one more thing here. So click below if you want a weather station recommendation. It's a nice affordable option. It's extremely accurate. It's an ultrasonic anemometer. It's got a haptic rain gauge. The instruments are very precise on this weather station, and it's a good one. I'm pleasantly surprised with it. The app is very good. You can have it feed you notifications, like the moment it starts raining, the station picks it up and it can send you a notification. You can just look at it quickly and see the temperature at your house. It stores all the data for you. It's all solar powered. You don't have to add any batteries, and it's got smart integration, so it talks to stations around it too, and not just the Tempest weather flow stations. It talks to other professional stations around it also. So I highly recommend it. If you want one, click on the link below. Make sure West Coast Weather is in there so you get 10% off. It throws a couple dollars my way and helps support the page here. But yeah, we'll do this again tomorrow. We're watching things closely. We'll see how the models are trending with those systems on through next week. So yeah, we'll do this again tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys then.